Hi students, today let's discuss regarding measles. Measles mean it's an acute highly contagious disease of childhood caused by RNA paramyxovirus. So there is a causative organism for measles. It's very common disease among childhood. It is otherwise called as rubella. Okay, so the infective material of measles is considered to be the secretions of the nose, throat and respiratory tract of infected patients because it is a kind of droplet transmission. Incubation period is between 1 to 2 weeks. Age. It mainly affects between the age group of 6 months and 3 years of age. Regarding the sex, it will affect both sexes equally. Regarding the transmission, it occurs directly from one person to another through the droplet infection because while trying to cause coughing, sneezing, or talking with an infected patient, these infections can be transmitted. Regarding the risk groups, children under the age of 1 year of age, due to the decreased immunity power of the patient, they are at high risk for getting infection. People who have not received proper vaccination, it is another kind of risk group. People immunized from 1963 until 1967 with an older ineffective killed measles vaccine. In that duration, measles vaccine was a form of ineffective killed vaccine, so that was not very much effective to control against this disease. So the persons those who have taken immunization during this period is considered as risk groups. Unvaccinated people traveling to developing countries where measles is more common because vaccination is very important aspect in preventing this disease. If the patient is not taking proper vaccination, they are coming to the group of risk. People who don't have enough vitamin A in their diets, it's another form of risk factors. Regarding the clinical manifestations will be divided into three forms: prodromal stage, eruptive phase, and post-measles stage. First is prodromal stage. It is otherwise called as pre-eruptive stage. It begins 10 days after infection and lasts until day 14. So this prodromal stage will be started 10 days after the infection. Then it will be last up to the 14 days. It is mainly characterized by fever, coryza with sneezing and nasal discharge, cough and redness of the eyes, lacrimation and often photophobia. Coryza means common cold and photophobia means fear of light. Okay, so these are the typical characteristic feature during the prodromal stage. A day or two before the appearance of skin rash, Koplik spot appear on the buccal mucosa. Koplik spot means it is a kind of spot that can be seen over the buccal mucosa. It will be having an appearance of a table salt. Crystal-like appearance can be seen on the buccal mucosa. It is a typical feature of measles during this period. Okay, this is a picture of Koplik spot. You can see that this is a kind of white crystals that can be seen over the buccal mucosa. Okay. Then, eruptive stage. It is mainly characterized by a dusky red macular or maculopapular rash which begins behind the ears and spread rapidly in a few hours over the face and neck and extend down the body, taking 2 to 3 days to progress to the lower extremities. Eruptive stage means skin eruptions can be seen. So it is mainly characterized by a dusky red appearance, and it will be taking total 3 days to progress this skin rashes all over the body. The rash leaving a brownish discoloration which may persist for 2 months or more. Once ഈ റാഷ് ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്തതിനു ശേഷം അത് ഡിസപ്പിയർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു ബ്രൗണിഷ് ഡിസ്കളറേഷൻ ആയിട്ടായിരിക്കും നമ്മുടെ ബോഡിയിൽ നിന്ന് പോകുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ആ ഒരു ഡിസ്കളറേഷൻ അപ് ടു 2 മന്ത്സോളം നമ്മുടെ ബോഡിയിൽ കാണും. So this is a typical picture of measles. So you can see that there will be skin eruptions over the back of the child, as well as over the chest or the abdominal region, as well as over the face. Okay. Then post-measles stage, the child will have lost weight and will remain weak for a number of days. Even after this infection subsides, client is not getting enough energy or client is still having weakness. Okay, there may be growth retardation, pyogenic infections, reactivation of pulmonary tuberculosis. Because in the post-measles stage, the child is at higher risk for getting other kind of infection like tuberculosis or other bacterial infections. Then diagnostic evaluations. In the physical examination, you can find out regarding the complex spot. It can be seen on the buccal mucosa as a crystal formations. Okay. then the distribution of the rash all over the body and the appearance of the rash. Okay, then examination of throat secretions, urine and blood. You can see or you can assess the infective material or infective organisms in the throat secretions. And next, regarding the management, there is no specific management for measles. Treatment is mostly focused on symptomatic relief. So the main management goal of treatment is to get the relief from the symptoms. This includes get plenty of rest so that these infections can be subsided. Sponge bath with lukewarm water may reduce discomfort due to fever. So the child may be very irritated due to the increased body temperature as well as the skin rashes appearance. So after giving a proper sponge bath, the child will get more relief. Drink plenty of fluids, fruit juices, and herbal tea to avoid dehydration because associated with fever, child may get dehydrated. So to prevent dehydration, we should provide more fluid to the children. Administer acetaminophen, ibuprofen to relieve fever and discomfort, as well as the pain can be managed with proper kind of medicine. Antibiotics can be treated to prevent the bacterial infection. Administer vitamin A as a dose of 2 lakh international units for 2 days if in the case of an adult, or in an infant it can be given in a dose of 1 lakh. Okay, this mainly given for a children 2 lakh international unit. For infant the dose will be half. Non-immunized people may be given the measles vaccination within 72 hours of exposure to the measles virus to provide protection against the disease. So, if one person is exposed to this kind of paramyxo virus, we have to provide the immunization. So, it will give some protection. Then, regarding the measles vaccination, it is one of the methods to prevent the occurrence of this infection. Measles vaccine should be given in 2 doses. First dose should be given at the 9 months of age. Very, very important. You should know the age at which we have to take on or we have to provide this vaccination. First dose should be given at the age of 9 months, and the second dose should be given at the age of 16 to 24 months of age. Okay. The total dose of measles vaccination is 0.5 ml subcutaneously in the right upper arm. That is the route of administration of measles vaccination. It should be given in a subcutaneous route. The amount is 0.5 ml. So this is a picture of a vaccine, and this is the how we can take this subcutaneous injection over the right arm. Then regarding the immunoglobulin, measles may be prevented by administration of immunoglobulin early in the incubation period. The dose recommended by the WHO is 0.25 ml per kg of body weight. It should be given within 3 to 4 days of exposure. So it will be given specific kind of protection regarding this kind of infection. Okay. Then regarding the control measures of measles, first of all, we should isolate the patient at least for 7 days after the onset of rash because that is the most contagious period of this infection. So we have to isolate the patient for at least 7 days or 1 week. Immunization of contacts within 2 days of exposure. So after even in a house, if one of the family members or one of the children get infected with measles, the other children are at a higher risk. So we should provide immunization accordingly or provide immunoglobulin therapy to the risky group. Okay, so in this session we had seen regarding the measles. It's a kind of contagious disease among childhood. So it is mainly caused by RNA paramyxovirus, and the incubation period between 1 to 2 weeks, and we had seen regarding the infective material and the risky groups and clinical manifestations and the 3 stages like prodromal stage, eruptive stage, and post-measles stage and its management. There is no particular management, only management is symptomatic relief. Okay, I hope you got an idea regarding this condition well. So please go through the slides, and if you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, thank you.